this. All right, so essentially we're doing take 2 of our keynote recap video, mostly because this microphone actually didn't work in the last one, and one of the cameras stopped working in the middle of it. We didn't realize it, so it's okay. We'll just call that the lost interview. But keynote happened this morning. Actually, it's Joshua Vergara from Android Authority. What's going on, everybody? And I'm here with Nate Swanner, who's one of our editors at the website, and we're both here at Google I/O 2013. It's probably good that we're doing this second take because this morning keynote happened, but most of the updates that they were talking about have been released by now, and we've gotten a little bit of time with those applications to sort of see what we thought about them. But why don't we just kind of recap a little bit of what keynote was all about? We're going to be passing this mic back and forth, so. All right, here we go, Nate.
To start with, we have Android. Android had some very interesting new things come out. The Galaxy S4, I guess we can call it a Google edition. It's a S4 pure Android, which is a 5-inch pure Android device. That's pretty cool. One thing that Josh and I talked about earlier was, is it going to be able to take advantage of all of the S4's kind of features, like the sensors and the Retina recognition thing. The other thing that came was Google Play Music. Google Play Music got a big upgrade, and there's also a streaming service, as well as Google Play Games, which is an online multiplayer thing, and it is so far amazing.
One of the cool things about Play Music is that subscription service. We were talking about this earlier in the Lost interview, about how we weren't sure if a subscription service done by Google would have the same kind of library that, say, Spotify does. I like what Google Play Music is doing with the design now. It looks really awesome. Having the immediate radio stations is really nice, and the fact that there are unlimited skips and you can sort of swipe over and see what the next song is a nice way of kind of looking through. Also, you can even see all the songs that are coming up in your radio for the next, however, say 20 tracks or something like that. Overall, Google Play Music is, I think, a nice upgrade, but we weren't sure, rather, why they downplayed the subscription so much. It's kind of a big deal that they have a subscription service, which would potentially mean that Google's going to try to get the biggest possible library. They were already saying they have millions of songs, so we'll see where that goes. Gaming, yes, you were talking about gaming. Multiplayer gaming is going to be even better. There's a nice multiplayer game that we're probably going to try playing out a little bit, maybe tomorrow. But achievements, having saved games across all devices, that's really great. What also came up as far as the apps go was the Hangouts application, which replaced the Talk application. And essentially what it is the best iteration of Google Talk that you've ever seen. Best integrated with Google Plus and whatnot. You had a little bit more time with it, mostly because I couldn't get it to work on my device. So why don't you tell us a little bit about Hangouts?
Hangouts is really kind of a Google Talk upgrade, like Josh said. It's really pretty. It looks really great on mobile as well as in Google+. I did notice in Gmail, it didn't look any different. So I don't know if Gmail has actually got the integration yet. Obviously Google+ does, and it looks fantastic. It works really well. It's a lot easier to do things than the way it was. So it's a welcome upgrade and very impressive. Google Plus got a big upgrade. In terms of all the Google services, Google Plus probably had the biggest upgrade. Your entire stream, as you probably know if you're on Google Plus, looks very different. What it did was, rather than a scrolling, we're used to scrolling through our stream and catching information that way. Google Plus now auto hashtags things for you. So if you were looking up a baseball player, it would hashtag that baseball player. You can click on that hashtag, and the card that the post is on will actually kind of flip over. And what that does is that gives you more information on that hashtag that you were just looking for. So what it did, instead of scrolling, it's almost like, it kind of reminds me, Josh, of when I was a kid and I played Memory and you had to flip the cards over.
Oh, yeah.
It was kind of like that to me. And it's amazing. Pictures look richer, posts are bigger. It's an overall much prettier upgrade. To me, it kind of looks like Flipboard.
So let's move right on to search. This will be really quick. Just search has been given some new information inside of the, what's it called, the graph. And
Knowledge graph.
the knowledge graph, there you go. A little bit more information in there, so you get a lot more info from just one search on the side. But the big one is the integrated search, voice search, that is, for desktop computers, or laptops, that is. And then finally, we have Maps. Maps got, that's the wrong word, because Maps upgrade is not going to happen until maybe summer. We're not too sure exactly when. But you can preview the new Maps application if you follow the link that they gave in the keynote. Maps was given a big overhaul. Now it looks even cleaner, and it's more made for the user based upon not just where they've gone before, but where their friends have gone.
Now Maps is full screen. The search bar is kind of a floating on the top left, and when you type something in, you get kind of drop-down cards like we're used to with Google Now. That's where it becomes really, really kind of cool, because when you type something in, like we were playing with it, I typed in tacos. Why not? I typed in tacos, and it gave me a whole list of taco places here.
The coolest part, obviously, if you go see in the keynote video that I'm showing right now, was that when you zoom all the way out, you can't just keep zooming, you do have to click Earth. Well, at least that's what we had to do. But once you click on Earth and you go all the way out, it gives you a real-time look at Earth right now. Maybe not necessarily the way Earth, like, it's not going to be to a T, but we were told the clouds are in sync, they're real-time, different weather patterns, stuff like that. You can actually see that. Zoom back far enough, you actually get to see constellations in the sky. You get to see the sun. The Earth is illuminated via the point of the sun, and it's incredible. It's a great look. Google made a really good point. Some people may not ever get to see say, the bottom of the ocean or the archipelagos or all these crazy places all around the world. That's what Google Earth is here for. If they're not able to see those places, they can at least get a glimpse, a taste of it. Some people would say, oh, so you can zoom in on the Vatican in Google Earth and, oh, doesn't that ruin the majesty of it? No, you get a preview of it, you say, wow, that is really cool, I want to go there, and then you go there. And your experience is enhanced because you already had a taste of it, now you can fully appreciate it. It's like coming to San Francisco, Golden Gate Bridge. You do the street view through the Golden Gate Bridge, but it's not the same as actually doing it. So Nate, I'll throw it back to you for our sign-off here. Favorite part of the keynote and why?
I think my favorite part of the keynote was the end, when Larry came out, totally unexpected. Larry, for a guy who heads up Google, I thought what he did in taking questions from the audience, totally unfiltered, on the spot, was, I found that really kind of endearing, and I found it a very cool thing for a guy who's in charge of arguably the biggest tech company on earth to stand in front of developers who can notoriously be kind of picky and kind of curmudgeon-y, as Larry himself says he is, to stand up there and let them ask him whatever they wanted to ask him. And I just thought that was incredible.
And Nate and I, Joshua Vergara, are here. We are AndroidAuthority.com. We're your source for all things Android. Remember, stay tuned and subscribe to our channel because you're going to see some cool stuff over the next few days. Thank you very much, guys.